I'm back at the Castle Museum, where earlier this week we spoke to a specialist about Dick Turpin and his imprisonment here in the cells below the museum, and we had a look at the cells where he was held in the final days of his life.
But Dick Turpin was imprisoned here under the name John Palmer and tried for horse theft. Now, he sent a letter to his family to plead for them to come and help him. They wouldn't pay the postage, so the letter ended up in the hand of James Smith. James Smith had taught Dick Turpin to write and read when he was younger, and he was like, I recognise this handwriting. And he came up to York to give evidence and to say, this isn't John Palmer, this is the notorious Dick Turpin. So he was sentenced to death for horse theft, sentenced to be hanged at the Knavesmire, which is just outside of York up at the racecourse. There's quite a bit in the archives that's been discovered. There's an academic called Professor James Sharp at the University of York, and he's written some wonderful stuff about Dick Turpin, a brilliant book which I recommend reading, about the myth of Dick Turpin and his real life. And he goes in depth about the sources that he's looked at and what exactly they tell us about who Dick Turpin was, where he lived, where he went. And it's a bit of a detective story, really, but it's a fascinating one. And it's enabled Professor Sharp to put together a really kind of quite, surprisingly complete picture of the 18th century kind of famous highwayman. My favourite part about Dick Turpin is how the myth has grown up around him. It's how, in the 18th century, you have these lists of famous highwaymen that Dick Turpin is appended to. They exist in the 17th century as well. People were fascinated by highwaymen and their dashing reputation. And I think especially because Dick Turpin has such a powerful myth attached to him, people do want to come and see his cells and learn his story to find out what he was really